Hello, welcome back to another episode of Plastic Hype. I'm your host, John. Welcome back. It's my pleasure to have you. This show, if it's the first time you're here, thank you for joining us. We talk about Age of Sigmar news, stuff that is cool, and also cool projects that I'm hype about in the Kickstarter GameFound world, which, all the crowdfunded projects, all the cool stuff. So, thank you for being with us. Now, I can't lie, this week has been pretty tough. So since the last episode, it's just been quite sick. It's just work and sleep and cough and all that yucky stuff. So I'm glad to be here that I can kind of talk without coughing between every 10 words. So that's exciting. But what's more exciting is some of the new stuff that's coming out, the Age of Sigmar or the Warhammer stuff. So, without further ado, let's go and check out what's new. All right. And now I'm coughing. I just jinxed myself. All right, so let's have a look at what we've got here. First one. We've got pre-orders for the new Warcry starter set. So, Warcry is kind of like a skirmish version of Age of Sigmar, where Age of Sigmar you're putting lots and lots of models on the table. You're moving whole armies around. You're feeling like a general, cutting down your enemy flanks and annihilating your enemies. Now, Warcry is a much smaller scale. Where, if you can see this little picture here, I just click into it, try to zoom in. Okay, it took me to the ordering page, which is also fine. So, what happens is you move around on this board. And you take objectives and you kill the opponent, but you're moving with, I guess, between 3 to 9 or 10 models. It's a lot more smaller scale, which means it's going to be way faster, lots more action, and of course this is Warcry 2.0, so that's exciting. So basically what the new starter set is this. For those of you who don't know, let's have a look at some of these models. So this model does look cool. These models look cool. But where they're from is, they're not new models per se. So usually when we have... Oh, my apologies. I realize I misclicked a transition button, so you can't see what I'm seeing. My bad. So let me try to do that again. Alright? I'm sorry, my dear internet fans. Let me go back and hit this button so you can see what I can see now. So sorry. And thanks for tuning in. I blame the drugs. I blame the antibiotics. Anyway, so let's look at what we've got here. We've got a starter set for Warcry. And everything I said before is still true. So this is a skirmish game, much smaller. You're moving a few units around the board, capturing objective, kill your opponents, and denying your opponents to get their objective. So that part is fun. I like this game because it's fast. But what is different about this starter set for Warcry is this has been the most underwhelming Warcry starter set I've ever seen. Now, to give you some context, this box feels like the size of an Underworld box. An Underworld is another game from Games Workshop. Smaller than a skirmish game. You get a few minutes, and you also get some cards to play. Now, that game is tiny. It's designed to be a different type of game. And the miniatures used in these warbands are actually both from Underworlds a couple of seasons ago, or some even more. Excuse me. So what that means is, when you buy into the starter set of this new Warcry, you do get to pay the Warcry rules, because it does come with a, I think, 70-something page or 72-page Crypt of Blood starter book. Alright, so that's what this says here. You do get a starter book, but the models that you play with are not going to be the latest models that you get with the other Warcry releases from Games Workshop, which is a bit strange for me, because to me the Warcry models were always cool, and the warbands are great because they add a new flavor into the game for the last few seasons. This time they're releasing old stuff. They're recycling old models. And what's more is, you see these dice here. Now, to the initiated, untrained eye, they would be dice. Fine, all right? Every Warcry starter set, you get 18 dice. What is different here is these are just plain white dice. Every other edition of Warcry starter set, you get proper dice, and they come in 3 different colors. It just seems lame, yeah, from that perspective, comparing to what's in the past. But you get some, you lose some, right? So we've talked about all the bummer of the new Warcry starter set. What is cool is, well, because it's much smaller and they're using less components, let's say that, the starter kit would be cheaper. So if we just click into here now, excuse me, looking at Australian pricing, the Warcraft starter set's only $180. Now I say only $180 because previously in the last couple of releases of the Warcry starter set, you're looking at $300. Or if you're looking at a couple of years ago or 3 years ago, you're looking at $288 or $250. So it's gradually going up every year, and this is the first year that it's gone down back to $180. And of course, well, the component is not as impressive. I mean, look at the terrain here. You get some random piece of terrain. I mean, it does look kind of cool, but it's so little compared to what you used to get. In fact, let's have a quick look here. If I go wall, oh, maybe we probably can't see it anymore. Oh, Heart of Gur, maybe. Starter set. No, okay. We don't have any more starter set. This is the latest starter set. But to give you some context, if we look at the last box that I got from Warcry, look at how much terrain you get here, and this is not even a starter set. But what is different here, of course, is the price. Yeah. So you pay a bit more, but you get a lot more. Whereas in this new set, not so much. Now, you might be thinking, John, if you're saying bad things about it, where's the hype? Talk to me about the good stuff. I think what's interesting here from my perspective is GW is doing something new, that they're bringing the entry price point down, making it more friendly to new players, which means that it gives them a little bit more room to see what they want to release in the follow-up to power up your Warcry collection. So I'm excited to see that. Whether they'll recycle some of the out-of-print warbands from Underworld, that's a thing. Or they might release other components where you can just buy as you like, more like an a la carte, and keeping the price point lower so you don't get junk that you don't need and just get the good stuff. I think that could be a good thing. Yeah. So that's what I'm hyped about. Now, a couple of other things you can also pre-order now is the Nightmare Quest models. These are the amazing Stormcast Eternal models. I think they're Quester Soul Swan Warband. Very cool, because if you play that warband, look at how awesome they look. And if you don't play that warband in Warcry, you can pretty much proxy some of these guys for Age of Sigmar. That's a great deal. He's got a lantern. You might want to kit bash him to be a Lord Castanet. I don't know. That's the thing. Or you can use him as a Knight Relictor. Now, a Knight Relictor by itself, that model is $50. If you get this warband on the pre-order from Games Workshop, that's $98 from Australian dollars. So you're getting much better value here. And of course, the other warband in the Flesh Eater Courts, you can buy them separately as well, also for 19 Australian dollars. Now, if you're thinking about collecting these models, I think it would just be better if you buy the whole box, because you get so much more, and the terrain's amazing, and it comes with a Realm Shaper engine. I think we were just looking at that before. Yes, if you see that big, gigantic mod at the back, that's a Realm Shaper engine. You get that and a whole bunch of stuff if you pay just a little bit more on the Nightmare Quest. How good is that? And I know for a fact that Nightmare Quest has been on sale recently, so you can get it for about $220, $210 from alternative sources. That's not Games Workshop, so that's a great deal. Okay, let's look at what else is cool here Oh, we got a video I've prepared. Let's have a look. Oh. Okay, that is the biggest anticlimax. It loads and then it doesn't play. Dear internet, why are you doing that to me? Come on. Games Workshop, you're letting me down here. Alright, let's try that one more time. Amazing. Boom! I'm excited. I don't know about you, even though I don't play Cities of Sigmar. Maybe I'll just get this warband, Warcry, or to Allied in. Anyway, so this is the new warband for Cities of Sigmar. They're releasing this man and hound combination, which is amazing. I mean, they look so good, full of character, a lot of flavor, and of course, hounds are the man's best friend. So, go figure. Go buy some. I mean, they look really good. Now, what I really like to see here is these are in the lore of the Dawn Crusades. So this new stuff that's coming out, that's aligning with the whole release and the lore. I've been reading it on Age of Sigmar novels lately, and my last novel I read was Blight Slayer. Of course, that's the Adventures of Gotrix. It was very good, and they were talking about more and more of Dawn Crusades, which is very cool. So I'm really looking forward to see what they can do with City of the Sigmar and the Dawn Crusades here. I wonder. Now, there's a rumor on the internet that someone showed a picture of themselves getting a box of the new Cities of Sigmar army box. Nothing else inside was shown except the book and some of the component list. So I'm really looking forward to that. I don't think I'm going to start a new army, but maybe famous last words. But these guys look really cool. I mean, yeah, full of flavor. Really, these are exactly how I pictured the Cities of Sigmar mercenaries or warbands in the world of Age of Sigmar. Dirty, dark, leather skin. I mean, they've got leather capes and just going out there hunting, trying to survive and killing what they can. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Excuse me. Okay, next thing. Now, this one is not strictly Age of Sigmar per se, but this is very exciting, and I want to spend a couple of minutes on it, is the Horus Heresy's Legions Imperialis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Imperialis? Anyway, the whole point of this is these are smaller scale models. So, for example, one of these base, instead of holding one unit, now you hold 3. So I don't know if we can zoom in here. Okay, yes, we can. So we zoomed a little bit further. Look at how tiny these are. So every one unit, every disc, right? These circle things is 1 unit. I think that's great in a sense that now you get a more epic sense of battle more than ever. I know they previously had a version of this in 40k. I just wasn't interested in that. This one looks cool. Why? Maybe because I started this whole Warhammer journey on Horus Heresy. Yeah. And it's pulling me back. But these look really cool. Now, I guess one cool thing is because they're so small, I'm hoping the details are a lot more forgiving. Because if you can't see it, let's face it, who cares? Yeah. If you make a mistake on one of these models down here, and you can't see them anyway, you can't see the errors, what's the problem? So I think painting some of these will be easier, and painting these tanks, instead of spending I don't know, 20, 30 hours. You can get it done with a couple of hours maybe. And that's cool. And you can roll out 10 tanks. I like that. I like that idea a lot. I hope to play this with Josh. But we'll see. Yep. So we've got no news as to when it's going to come out. And, well, I mean, I don't know when it's going to come out. And the important thing is how much it's going to cost and how easy or hard it's going to put everything together, right? We don't know. But based on what I've seen so far, they look exciting. So, shout out to these guys. Okay, all right, next thing. Now, last week we were talking about quite a bit of Realm of Ruins. Well, what's new here? I found last few days an update's been posted on the website. They're talking about open beta. So basically, we're going to have fixes that's been applied since the last open beta in July. And they're going to open again in August. Yep, so, I mean, look at all these things they're fixing. Great. You know, they're really getting into it. I really like that. What comes next? He says, the open beta program was an enormous success for them. Yay. With a huge amount of data we got, we're confident that we have not only tested our servers around the world across PC, PlayStation, and Xbox and cross-platform, but also getting a good look at the unit balance and AI action. So, and then they've got a whole bunch of stuff. And, they talk about that more. And that, I can't remember where it says here exactly now. Oh, here we go. We're planning to hold a second open beta in August. Boom. So if you missed the first one, this will be a great chance to get into Realms of Ruin this time. Just play. It's free. Yeah. And if you play it and your friends haven't, you have one up on them. Yeah. You can just show them your amazing screenshots of you killing your opponent with those amazing looking soldiers that your friends never got to try. Yeah. So I don't know exactly when it's going to come out. Today is the 30th of July, so August could be Tuesday. But of course, it could be the end of the month, they don't say. So we hope it's going to be there soon. I'm really looking forward to this one. Realms of Ruin. In fact, I was getting itchy because I was sick and I couldn't go out. Can't play Age of Sigmar. I was thinking, oh, man, I have this itch I need to scratch. I wish Realms of Ruin was available and I could play that. And of course, it wasn't yet. So I ended up painting instead. Still good. But I think playing this would have been more fun. Okay, moving into the crowd-funded hype now. So, this one, I'm not going to play the video because the video here is not that amazing. But the game, though, is pretty cool, and there's lots of cool stuff inside. So basically, Vampire the Masquerade has been an IP that's been around for a long time. The first time I came across Vampire the Masquerade was from my flatmate. When I was in university, and that would have been 2003, maybe, if that doesn't give my age away. Anyway, my age is not a secret. So, so we were, I was introduced to it. It's very cool. Now, what this game is promising to do is it's bringing the RPG element of Vampire the Masquerade into a board game. But not only that, they're trying to tell the story with devices, smart devices. So let me scroll down a little bit and try to show these smart things. Okay, so they're using the system Taburu. I hope I'm saying this right. So Taburu is a system that my understanding is it's a board, but a board is smart and interacts with certain components. So when you move around the board, the system knows. And when you roll a dice, the system knows. So you can't fake those sixes anymore, in this case, D20s. When you roll them, it's automatic. The system registers. Yep. So you can't pretend you've rolled a 20 when you just got another number. I'm just trying to make jokes of recent 40k tournaments where... people cheated with their dice and tried to flush it down the toilet. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a funny story. You should Google that. Anyway, back to this. So, what I think it's cool is it's very innovative what they're trying to do here. They're trying to combine the digital experience or the digital automation capabilities to the board game experience where you sit down with your friends and play. I think that's a good idea. But it all depends on the execution. All right. So let's talk about a little bit of background to give you guys some context, and myself when I was doing research on this. So this Taburu isn't the first time it's launching a game. It launched a game before, I think last year, Kickstarter called Bad Karma, using the same thing. You roll dice and the smart dice, the system registers and you can play like that. And then it integrates with iPad and your mobile devices, so it just knows what you're doing. I think it's a good idea. No, I can't believe I'm still coughing. Sorry everyone. So if you have a look at these couple of shots here, they're saying the game is aware of you, right? So what you do and where you go, it records into the iPad or into the device, so digitally stored, and then it will tell you what happened. So for example, you move from one location to another, the app actually captures all of that and then gives you the appropriate choices, which I think it's kind of cool. And then, excuse me, we talked about the smart dice before. The concept is the same. So as you are needed to do checks, you have some interaction you can roll. Okay, I think that's a bit gimmicky for me, but it's a good idea and it's innovative, right? I'll give them that. And then last one is apparently you can just have a set of devices and they all know how to talk to each other the right way, the right time. I think it's very clever. Coming from the IT world, I mean, my day job in the IT world, how I see this is maybe a little bit gimmicky. But having said that, kudos to them for trying something so, I guess, new. I mean, having a digital board, having digital dice, having digital components you can interact with as a player while having other players around the board. So I guess for those of us who works in the IT field, what's the point of computers, right? Well, I mean, okay, maybe that's too broad of a question, but generically, the idea is computer takes away doing the grunt work for us. I mean, not talking about ChatGPT, yeah? So takes away the grunt work for us so we can focus on things that adds more value. So in this case, I guess they're using the iPad's computer or that computer or whatever mobile device to track all your data, track your progress, track your options, check whatever that you want to select. Then you, as a player with other players, now you can focus on the interaction with players without worrying to record 15 things on the piece of paper. I guess, right? And I mean, that's a good idea. But then the counter side to that is, why would you have these digital dice? I don't get it. Like, surely you could just roll dice and tell them or enter into the system, I rolled a 6. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So if you like this idea and you want to get into the system, I think the bare minimum what you probably want to get into is probably you want to get into a deluxe pledge with Taburu bundle, because if you don't get that base system, that Taburu base system, it's just a basic board game. And how this board game, is it good or bad? I mean, we don't know, right? I mean, I watched some reviews on how it works, like how you move and how you take over things. It seems samey as a lot of other games. But when you combine that with all the new tech, I think that brings a whole new experience potentially. So I think that's worth hyping about. That's quite exciting. And depending on what pledge you get, you also get different number of smart components. So if you get the deluxe edition, then you get 1 smart dice. And I think if you get the collectors, you get 3 smart dice. Yeah, I think that's kind of nice, yeah? So you don't need to buy everything individually. Like, they sell you the game first, but then if you want the smart parts, you got to buy them separately. I can see a lot of people doing that. They're not doing that, so that's kind of good. But then, if you have a look at the price, it's still relatively expensive. So Collector's Pledge, apparently the featured one, usually is €499. Now it's only €350, which is still a decent chunk of change. So if you're looking at Australian dollars, this is about 600. Is it for you? I don't know. I think it's cool. Now, if you're one of these type of people who likes the cutting edge stuff, want to wow your friends with the latest and greatest, this could be one of those. Strong IP. Who doesn't like to fight against the Prince of Milan, right? He's the boss. He's got a cool statue and all. Wait. Anyway, he is the boss, Prince of Milan, and so you fight against him. Yeah, I mean, sounds like a cool game. Yep. I'm probably gonna skip this one. For 600, I'll buy more plastic miniatures and paint them. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay, now this one's kind of cool. So let's play this video.
Your mission is a simple one. Rendezvous and rescue. Paradrop outside the Riese facility. Rendezvous with the Resistance. Grab Dr. Hinzelman. Grab the cure and get out. Be prepared, lads. This could be a bit of a sticky one. It's not just Jerry. There will be ghouls and machinations to tend to as well. All the allies are in on this one. That just shows how serious this little show is. Getting inside will be the first task at hand. Watch out for Nazi experiments and tests. Gather any information you can. You Yanks, don't get trigger happy too quickly. You will have a better go at it if you keep it quiet for as long as possible. The Nazi boffins may have dreamed up some governs that can make your job easier. Grab what you can and destroy everything else. You will have no backup and no resupply. Once you're in, you're on your own. But not to worry, the extraction will be straightforward, so long as you stick to the timing. You will need to bring all of your skills, equipment, and knowledge to bear. Adapt as necessary. Innovate as required. Overcome as expected. There is more than one path to success. Whatever it takes, chaps. There is no room for failure. Oh, and one more thing. If you are wounded, save the last bullet for yourself. You don't want to fall into their hands alive.
Very cool. All right, so what this game is it's kind of like a choose your own adventure cross Zombicide. So first up, if you have a look at the components here, let me try to zoom in a little bit here. Right, so you essentially playing. Okay, I just clicked into it trying to get a bigger view and I couldn't. So essentially, you're playing on a book, which is cool. Yeah, and then you've got the stories and the rules on the other side. So as you decide where you want to go, which path you want to take, what objective you're going for, you unlock a specific scenario that's tailored to your choices. I think that's very cool. And also because it's kind of small. I mean, look at the grid here. It's way smaller than Age of Sigmar. I mean, it's way smaller than most tables. So what that means is the games are designed to be quite short, or each scenario is going to be quite short. It's not going to drag on for a long time. Either you win or you lose, and it's over, right? Either way, it's good fun. So I think that's cool. And also, because it's in one book, you don't have lots of different tiles and things to clean up. You just pick up your pieces and play. I really like that because I'm one of those people who don't really rate tidying up very high in my like to do things in the weekend. So I'm glad it's like this. Now, what else is, well, of course, is World War II. Of course, it is Yanks fighting Nazi zombie experiments. Yep, you get past, if you can get past all those cliches, it's pretty cool. So if you get the basic kit here, the travel set, it's only $45 USD. How good is that? So you get some standees, which is all you need, I suppose. Of course, you can get miniatures, which I think is the next one. Yep. So this is $59 USD as opposed to 45. Oh, sorry, I'm comparing the wrong currency. So the base travel set's 35 USD, and then the miniature version is 59, which is pretty decent. Wait, are these miniatures? Yeah, okay, you get some miniatures and you get some standees. Okay, great. So I think it's pretty cool. But of course, I mean, you can go all in and pay a whole lot more and get more components. I don't really think that's necessary. I think as long as you have the box set, the basic one, like you get the multi-layered player board. So for weapon slots, I think we saw in the videos before, for weapon slots and item slots, and places where you can put pin onto your board, like most games. I think that's a-okay. Exactly what you need to have a great time with your friends. So I would recommend this one. The developers aren't huge names, so the prices are not jacked up incredibly high. And I mean, look at some of these miniatures. I think they look very cool. I'm not a big fan of painting World War II figures because I've got like literally hundreds of Age of Sigmar minis to paint. But I mean, they look cool. I would enjoy painting some of these guys, especially the main characters. They all look different. Is Ray supposed to be Australian? Yeah, maybe. But anyway, I do think it's cool, and they have made. I mean, this is the new edition, so they have a Kickstarter before. So the original campaign, I think it's on the Kickstarter. From memory. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, here you go. So they've done this before. You can check out some of their playthroughs on YouTube and Board Game Geek. So, I mean, you're not going to fully unknown territory. You're kind of in a good place. You get exactly what you pay for. And what they're asking for really isn't a lot. So, I'm quite excited about this one. It's kind of like a hidden gem. I was really surprised to find this. I was getting all a little bit... what's the word? A bit tired from not being able to find anything I can get excited about for the last week in the crowdfunded space. And I was so glad to find this one. So yeah, there you go. If you enjoy it, back it out. Of course, I'm not affiliated to any of these, so feel free to check out the link in the description if you like it. Back them. If you don't, cool. Yeah, good. All right. Excuse me. Apologies. Cough is still here. Hopefully next week will be all good. Hopefully. And maybe Levi will join me in the next video. And so, I mean, what have I been doing? Well, let's have a look. Oh, can I get this in the right size? Yes. Okay, I'm learning how to use this program. Okay. It's blocking my face. Oh, okay. All right. I've set it up now. So I have got show going. All right. Okay. All right. So, I have been trying to put my Seraphons together. You can see there. My Croxagores. I just painted those guys. Looking forward to put them on the table one day when I can actually play a game of Age of Sigmar. And then I've been playing lots of Ragnarok with my son. I'm not sure if he's a big fan of it. He tells me he has a good time. But he's not dying to play it neither, so I might need to give that one more time. I think lots of Ragnarok has been really fun, so I do look forward to playing that with my friends more, or maybe with Levi a bit more as well. That would be wonderful. Would be best if we can get everyone to play together. That would be even better. We can have a big 5-player game. So I think we talked about lots of Ragnarok last week. By the way, it's Lord of Ragnarok, not lots of Ragnarok. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I just realized it's blocking half my face. It's been really good. There are lots of ways to win, and in order to get the game flowing, you do get into battle a lot, and battle is really quick. So I do like it. It's a nice change from just territorial control and combo. You get a bit of that. You get a bit of character leveling, and you also get a bit of army battling each other. So it's kind of like Massive Darkness plus Blood Rage plus Unk all in one. How cool is that? And it's about Thor and Odin and all the Norse mythology. I think it's a brilliant combo. So if you haven't tried that, totally recommend it. And with that, that's all we've got for you this week. Sorry, there were a few technical difficulties. I blame that my brain isn't able to catch up with what's going on in real time. So I mispressed some of the buttons and it was blocking me before. So I apologize for that. But what else is interesting is next week, maybe they're going to release news about Cities of Sigmar or more armies. Who knows? And I'm really looking forward to more stuff coming out from Kickstarter or maybe Come On, because they recently just finished the Mordred campaign. I don't think that gone too well, actually. I'm going to look at that right now. Mordred, how do they do? Mordred, Kickstarter. I don't know. Did you guys back any of the new Simon stuff lately? I don't know. Alright, so I'm just going to bring it on screen here. So you can still late pledge into it. I was talking about it with my buddy. At the end, we didn't back it. I mean, it looks really cool. I really like the miniatures because you get a lots of colorful flavored races and miniatures in one box. I think that's really cool. But the price for what they're asking for, without much, much in-depth information on how the gameplay mechanics works and how the game flows, I don't know, for $200 straight in seems quite a bit, and this is $230. So I mean, I can see that people are backing it. I hope they do well, right? And then it comes to retail, we can all enjoy it. But I wasn't so sure about this one. So I hope the new Come On games are better. That's all I'm saying. Right? Get back into the game, produce some high quality stuff, get stuff that we're excited about so we can talk about it and we can back them and enjoy the games. That would be wonderful. Please give us a new Blood Rage. Please give us maybe a more all age friendly version of Hate. I don't know if you guys ever played Hate or heard of it. I think it's a very cool game. It looks very cool anyway, but not many people know about it. Actually, you okay. Anyway, can't find it right now. Doesn't matter. This is not the. It's not what this video is anyway. I mean, they've made some good games before. I just hope they keep releasing good ones. Get back into the game. Show some of these indie developers what big companies can do and use their experience and assets and, of course, money to do more good instead of bad. That would be great. Don't give us these campaigns that is ridiculously priced and then chop your leg off on shipping. That's not cool. So, man, I hope you guys do better. But that's not saying giving Come On Hate. I just give them words of encouragement. Hope they do better next time, because I have so many great memories from games from Come On. Just either personal ones with my friends and, of course, my son. I really hope they do more. They do better games, and they will end up on our table more. So I hope you're listening, and do better. And for the rest of us, hey, have a great week. Row more sixes. And let's have a great week.